Hi, welcome back to the Amoretti Test Kitchen. Today I'm going to make some Maple Bourbon Pecan Scones, and I'll be using Amoretti's natural pecan flour, our lemon zest oil, our maple extract, and our bourbon whiskey extract. All right, so I have some butter here that I have grated. It was frozen when I grated it. It's a good idea to keep all your ingredients really cold when you're doing some doughs because it makes your end product much better. And it will keep the butter from melting into the flour when you're working it. So I'm going to start by putting the flour into this bowl, and then I'm going to put the cold butter in here and we'll work it in very gently. I have really hot hands, so I don't want to touch the butter with my hands until I'm ready to mix it into the flour. So if you have that problem, you could also wear gloves. Depends on how hot your kitchen is and how hot your hands are. So I'm just going to quickly lift up the flour and the butter, but you want your flour and your butter to look like coarse meal. All right, so now I'm going to add the sugar, a little bit of baking soda, and some baking powder. Just make a well, and we're going to add our beautiful natural pecan flour. This will give a wonderful taste of pecans to your product. Now I'm going to mix the sour cream into the milk, and then I'll add all of our flavorings. Now we're going to add a half a teaspoon of the lemon zest oil extract, a half a teaspoon of the bourbon whiskey extract, and a half a teaspoon of our maple extract. Okay, and now come the wet ingredients. We can add these. All right, so I'm just mixing this in. I want to fold it in because we don't want to overwork the dough. All of our extracts are natural. The maple is a wonderful extract to use any time of the year, but especially in the fall. And our extracts are highly concentrated, so you only need to use just a small amount. So now that this is just about together, we're going to empty it onto this table. And I'll work it very quickly. So you don't have to knead it, not much, maybe 3 or 4 times, just a little bit. And I'm going to roll this out. I'm going to try to make about a 12-inch square out of this. So now I'm going to put the pecans. Now these were whole pecans that I toasted in a 350 oven for 8 minutes, and then I chopped them. It's just a half a cup, but I'm only going to use about 1/4 of a cup right now. I'm just going to sprinkle this on. And then with the rolling pin, I can press it into the dough. All right, now I'm going to make a log. So roll it up. And again, you may need to give a little push underneath with your scraper. Make sure the seam is on the bottom. All right, now we're going to roll it one more time just to roll it out so that it's long. So I'm going to start by cutting it in half. And then again, I'm going to brush these with some egg wash, and I will also sprinkle some pecans on top of them and some raw sugar. I'm going to cook these in a 350 oven for 35 minutes. All right, so while these scones are baking, I'm going to make a glaze. Super simple process. It's just powdered sugar, milk, and our maple extract. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon of milk, and we'll see how it goes. We might need a little bit more. Yes, I can see I'm going to need more than that. So let's go with maybe half a tablespoon. When you're adding the milk to the powdered sugar, make sure it's just a little bit at a time. If it's too runny, then you're adding lots and lots of powdered sugar to get to the right consistency. So I think we're pretty close here. It's looking thick. You want it thick so that it stays on your scone. Now I'm going to add our maple extract. So the extract will add a little bit more liquid to your consistency, which is just fine. And it adds a really good flavor to your scones. Using the extract for the glaze is perfect. All right, this looks great and it smells really good. The smell of maple is quite lovely. All right, I'm going to put this glaze into a piping bag and we can put it on top of our scones. So it's best to add your glaze when the scones are cool because you want the glaze to stick, right? So if they're too hot, it just slides off. These are great for brunch, breakfast, tea, anytime snack as far as I'm concerned. I just love them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a recipe. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you decide to make this recipe, please take a picture and tag us on social media. See you next time.